Cristian, your thoughts on the 1-0 defeat today to RSL?
Yeah, difficult game. I felt like we didn't give up too many chances up until the goal. It was a good goal, but I also think that we could have done much better defensively in that certain play. But obviously, he hits a good shot, so you got to give him a round of applause. But at the same time, it's what leads up to that point, and that's what we need to take care of, because at the end of the day, if he doesn't shoot, he doesn't score.
Coach wanted you and your brother to push up a little more, supporting Clint and maybe Magnus. Talk about the offensive effort and the output today.
Alex and I, our job was to run in behind when Clint received the ball in that space that he likes to receive the ball. Felt like we were doing a pretty good job, especially in the first half. But we just couldn't keep the ball, and when that's the case, it's very difficult for myself and Alex to make those runs in behind, because then we react and want the ball at our feet so that we can maintain that tempo. So it was difficult, but our goal was to get into the box as many times as possible and support Clint on a regular basis.
You have the same team next week. What's the process now when you get back to work on Tuesday?
Well, it's going to be a different game. RSL is going to have even more possession. We would like to dictate tempo, but the reality is, we're away. So, we understand that it may be a different game. We may be defending for a little bit more, but at the same time, I think they're susceptible on the counterattack. So, if we're sharp once we win the ball and play forward, we can get them on the break. Their defenders don't have the most pace in the world, so I think it's an even battle up top.
Hey, Cristian, going back to in terms of guys' inability to keep the ball, was that their RSL's press, or was just something you guys weren't able to do from a passing perspective?
No, it was either RSL, pressing, or us just being, not being sharp enough. At times we would take one or two touches too many, or we wouldn't find the next guy, with a one-touch pass. Overall, like I said, I think we defended well, but in the possession, I think we would have liked to been better, been sharper, because at the end of the day, if you have more possession, you'll feel less tired, and your creativity comes out just because you're not as tired.
What's going to bring out that creativity in terms of, is it the same guys playing together, or, you know what I mean, the self-expression, where is that going to come from? How is that going to come?
Well, I think keeping possession is one way. Another way is, playing, once we get it on the counterattack, play it forward. Teams, all teams in the world score goals off breaks. That's the reality of things. You'll score more goals on breaks than if you have 30 passes in a row and then score a goal. So let me give you an example. When we win the ball and Kim gets it, he needs to find that pass to Clint. We find that pass. It's not about being creative. It's about finding that pass forward. Clint gets on a one-on-one, then it's up to him to be creative and do what he does. But it's that moment where we got to be sharper. There's a foul, and ironically, I'm asking for a yellow card, but at the end of the day, it's a bad pass. He's never getting there. So it's that moment where we need to be better. And like I said, I think on the counterattack, if we can play the ball forward at a quicker pace, we're even numbers up top, we'll be in a better spot.
What did Brian say to you guys after the game when he came in here?
Well, obviously he felt that we put in the effort, that we ran our butts off, but it's looking at ourselves, what we could have done better as a team, as an individual. If I could have helped Calvin in that last play, if my brother could have, if we could have eliminated that situation in the first place, those little things add up. Just being mentally sharp throughout the 90 minutes because one little slip up like that can cause a game. And obviously in the final third, he's asking for some creativity, some originality, some bit of brilliance, and that just wasn't the case today.
How do you guys,
last couple in English.
How do you guys keep from getting discouraged? You have so many young guys who are playing right now, and you've been shut out 7 times in 10 games. How do you keep spirits up whenever this has kind of been a little bit of a theme here for a while?
Yeah, I think you'll talk to a lot of players on this team. You'll feel that people are upset. People are discouraged because of our results. You look at the standings. As players, as fans, you don't want to look at it. So when you've played 5-6 games at home and been shut out a couple times, it's frustrating. But for me, our practices have been spectacular these last couple weeks. We've worked our tails off. And what's frustrating is we come to this game and then we don't bring that same intensity. We don't bring that same bit of spark that we have in training. So I would say that's the most frustrating part. But from a positive viewpoint, our trainings have been fantastic, and they need to stay that way in order to get out of this hole.